Welcome to the vlog. It is a Monday. I very rarely have Mondays off, so this is weird. Originally I was supposed to be giving blood today, but because I'm still a bit coldy, I had to cancel it and rearrange it. So I'm now giving blood at the end of May instead, because they don't like you to have... Well, they just don't like you to be ill when you're giving blood, which is fairly understandable. So yeah, because I've still got sniffles, I've still got a bit of a cough, so I just thought, no, I just won't. It doesn't seem like a good idea to do it today. So yeah, rare Monday off. My mum is cooking fajitas tonight, so going over for dinner tonight. But I do need to have a bit of a clean day. I first woke up about... I had a late night last night. I just couldn't go to sleep. To be honest, I was doing lots of scrolling and things and like deep dive Wikipedia pagering. So, and which I then did again this morning, where you just keep clicking on things. It started off with me seeing a clip of Deborah Jo Rupp talking about that 70s show and The Voice, and then I just went on to a deep dive of that 70s show through the trivia and things, which then led me on to a certain person's court case, which then led me on to a certain religion. I say religion loosely. So yeah, I was just scrolling in bed for about an hour, and it was just like, why am I not up? So eventually I got up. I put some brunch in the oven because I decided to do sausage with veggie sausages with hash browns, and then once that's done, I'll do myself a poached egg. Today was hair wash day, which I'm very thankful for, because my hair... I was feeling my hair last night, just going, oh, this really does need a wash. Yeah, so this will be the last time I wash my hair this week before getting my hair done on Thursday. I have many thoughts of what I want to do with my hair. Have you noticed I've got like this little... I have no idea what this is. No idea. Yeah, because I'm so a bit booby in this dress, but I was just in the mood for wearing this dress today with some leggings. Yes, I'm going to go and sort myself out a cup of tea. But yeah, today is going to be kind of like a dust and clean day, which I haven't had one of those in a while because, well, I'm just going to show you my dressing table. I have so much stuff on this dressing table, and so it needs everything coming off. I need to organise it all. I need to put it back together again, and then the inside of this drawer, please don't judge me. Yeah. All these brushes need to be cleaned and popped back into this bag. And then I just want to go in and just like clean all the palettes, give the inside of this drawer a hoover. This drawer isn't too bad because with it being quite a deep one, that's fairly organised, really. I just need to like put some things away. But yeah, this is all fairly organised. I can pop hair bubbles in this. This is an old molten brown, but I just put all my hair bubbles and scrunchies and work ribbons in. So yeah, that's fine. I've just got stuff everywhere. At the moment, what I'm doing with this roll is I'm filling up my tissue box, because I just thought, well, I'm either going to take it to work, which I'll completely forget about, but I might as well use it and just fill up the tissue box instead of having to buy stuff. And also, I have a chip in my wardrobe. I don't really know what happened, but I think it must have gotten caught on the other door, or maybe a coat hanger or something, but I don't know. Yeah, so I have looked online about how to fill it. I've texted my dad and said, what do I do? So I just suddenly looked at it one morning, like the other day, and it was just like, what happened? I honestly don't know how it happened. I only have theories at this point as to what I think happened there. But yeah. So that's annoying. Anyway, I can turn this light off now. I need to put my hoover away, make the bed. Towel needs to go back on the towel rack. But yeah, dust and a hoover day. Oh, I can smell my brunch. But we've got another sunny day, which is lovely. This is the second sunny day in my town of 2026. Open that up. See the squirrels? Yeah. And I think it is time to take the birthday cards down. I think all these birthday cards can come down. Yeah, because I have been 37. I almost said 27. I have been 37 for a couple of weeks now, so yeah. I do have the end of a book to finish. I'll probably read that while I'm eating my brunch, because I'm just coming to the end of want to say it's book 9. It's Return of a Witch, or Return of the Witch, in the Tony Marcella books. Talking about these 3 books is going to be an emotional one, because it's quite a significant player appears to have died. And I do not remember this at all. But the title Return of a Witch, I thought, oh, does this mean? And then somebody else returned, and it was just like, oh, maybe not. We'll see, because I haven't finished it yet. But I'm considering it's called the Tony Marcella series. I'm just there thinking, surely they have to bring this person back. Surely. But yeah, I've been putting off this dust and hoover because I just didn't have the energy to do it. And so today, like, I've had my shower and I'm just there going, all right, tie your hair up, Debs, and we're going to get this done. I have just noticed that a certain religion and its owner's, like, origin person's Wikipedia page was still open on my phone. So I just closed that down because it was just like, Debs, you do not need that negative energy in your life. I was just Googling it because it was just something I was interested in knowing about. I know there have been documentaries and things, so yeah. I am intrigued by the documentaries. I know Leah Remini did a documentary series about how she got out and things. It's kind of fascinating to me. Just the fact that he was a science fiction writer. Like, how did anybody take him any seriously? Like, why? And the fact that it's still going. I mean, obviously you can figure out who I'm talking about, and what I'm talking about, but yeah. I'm not going to say the name of it on this channel. Oh, that's my oven beeping. Like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but you never know. Yeah, so, I'll admit the dining room table isn't too bad at the moment. Like, this is a simple fix. I've got my diary, which just needs to go away. I've got a paper bag, which can go in the bin. Need to put away my travel money, so I'll pop that in my lockbox for now. Camera can go in the box, and then I just need to put my put the batteries back where they belong. So yeah, there's not much to fix here. Anyway, can leave that stuff in the oven for now while I do my eggs. Kettle's just boiling, so I'll do my tea and the eggs. Yeah. And then my snack later will be a hot cross bun. How my apples doing? Yeah, they're all alright. Yeah, got my lemon zing. I can use that to clean the bathroom. This will need a wipe as well. Yeah, I'm just looking at this place and just thinking clean. I think I also need to sort out my my window here. And I do need to get some feed for the orchids. The water it's been doing alright. Amazingly, the flowers are still on. But my mum said that the feed that she got from Amazon was actually pretty good. How's my aloe vera looking? I think that's looking alright. Every so often I just go, oh, I'll just give it a little drink of water. But I don't think, can you overwater? I don't know. But yeah, my mum's technique was for the orchid was to just take a root and to stick it in a glass of water. And I can see the difference. I can see it getting drunk. So like when I realised that it's getting to the point where it's just like there's not much water for it to reach, it was like, oh, I better top up the water. Eggs. A singular poached egg. A nice, perfect poached egg. Some people do vinegar. I've now just taken to doing it a bit of a stir because they say that swirling the water helps to keep it intact. And then just the egg in for 2 minutes exactly. That is my technique for perfect poached egg. I just finished Return of the Witch. It was the ending I needed, but at the same time, I can't believe I'm going to be stopping there for a second to read something else. But then I'm on the last 3 books. So book 10 is Bury the Witch, book 11 is Soul of a Witch, and then the last one is the last Witch. So I couldn't see because half of it, the title was covered by the percentage sign on Kindle. Yeah, 3 more books, and then I've completely reread, plus the ones that I hadn't read, the Tony Marcel series by Danny Donovan. Yeah, I finished my cup of tea, had my brunch. I'm going to go wash up, and then let's get out the spray. I just popped a jumper over this because I actually really like the look of this yellow jumper with this dress. Yes, so bit of YouTube while I clean up and have a proper cleaning day, which I haven't had one of these in a while. So yeah, and yeah, I think it's the 16th of Feb. It's been 2 weeks since my birthday, so yeah, I think the cuts need to come down now. Yeah. Let's get stuff done. I feel like that's my catchphrase now for these vlogs. Let's get stuff done. Alright, so I started off with this drawer. It's already looking so much better. I've taken a hoover to the inside of it, taken everything out, given everything a wipe down, and put all my palettes and stuff back in again. So next, I've got all the brushes in here. I will clean them at some point, but I'm not sure if that's a project for right now. I've got quite a few things here that can go in my first aid box. Things like plasters, the Gloraleave, blister plasters, that kind of thing. So I need to organise that box. The dark arts box is my medical supplies. Yes, I did that on purpose. I am doing the Buckley's podcast as I do this, which is quite satisfying. I've got a paracetamol here as well, so yeah, just taking off anything that's... Oh, I've got 2 more palettes here that I can put in. Aha! Oh, I trip over everything. I always forget how tall this drawer actually is. Do that. You're trying to organise palettes that are all different shapes and sizes. I've got one here that's in the shape of a pineapple. Should probably use this one more. Because I've basically put stuff that I'm kind of like on like project pan with at the front, because I know I'm not that far off using them up. This is quite satisfying to do though, I will say. It feels like one of those situations where everything has to get messier before it can get cleaner and tidier. But I've kind of been doing this and bits in the bathroom because I store a lot of my skincare and things in my living room because I have so much skincare, and just put what I'm actually using in my cabinet. And I realised I had a couple of open things where I was able to decant, so rather than having 2 half open or half used, I was able to decant everything into one so I can get rid of the packaging that I don't need. So yeah, I've been doing a bit of decanting. I've been going through all the freebies that I got from the spa. I've got like a skin balm and things. I'm figuring out like what stuff is going into my travel stuff and what other stuff I just want to get stored until I need it. So yeah, I've organised that in a box that's under my desk. Yeah, and then at some point, because obviously I'm going away, as I won't shut up about the fact that I am going on holiday in April, I will need to get my suitcase down. And because I have a box of summer clothes, I can start figuring out the stuff that I won't be wearing before I go away because it's not warm enough yet, but stuff that can go in the suitcase. But yeah, I just shared with my mum and dad because I found out that I've got 16 free hours of electricity next Sunday. I say next Sunday, the coming Sunday, because today's Monday. I keep thinking today's Sunday for some reason. I think it's because usually that's the day for a spring clean. Not a Monday. If anything, Tuesday feels like more of a spring clean day. Yeah, I'm now watching Diane Boswell on YouTube. Today's YouTube day, I tell you that. Mainly because I'm using my electricity on washing and drying my uniforms, because I did 3 days in a row. So when that happens, I just wear my uniforms and then only wash them once I've finished wearing everything, because then once they're clean I can put those away. Yeah, so just sorting all that out, organising the medical box, taking out the stuff that doesn't actually need to be in there. The burn and dressing stuff can go in there. And then I've put anything that's... Because like I had loads of supports and things for my knee when I injured it last year. And so I've got all of those supports. I've even got an arm support in there from when I injured my arm at the previous job years ago. So I put them all in an old LMS bag, just because it was easy to keep them all together. And then taking out the stuff that I will be needing like on a daily or weekly basis. So I've gotten out like the vitamins. So I've got my ox bile, because if I know I'm going to have a bit more of a fatty meal, I take these before I eat, and it just stops the bile dump. Top tip for anybody else who doesn't have a gallbladder and has post-colectomy syndrome. I've got my lysine, which I take every day. If anything, that needs to stay upright because I need to be able to see it. And I got my pill out because I have a weekly thing that I put it in just to make sure that I take it, because otherwise if I'm just looking at just like the packet like this, sometimes I lose track of what day I'm on, because with this it has all the days at the top, but with this, even though it has the days on it, it doesn't always marry up to the boxes. And this is also from a Hannah one, from when I briefly went over to Hannah during COVID. And then when I went back to the doctor, just like, oh, you haven't had a checkup in a while, are you still taking pills? It's just like, yeah, it's just that with lockdown and not really wanting to waste resources, I went through Hannah instead. And then I was just like, why am I paying? Why am I paying for Hannah when I can just get it for free? Like, why? I have been seeing things though online that there's a new company, I think I saw it on Instagram or TikTok, for the UK, where you can get it free without going through your GP. But the thing is though, with the GP, I do have to have a checkup at least once a year, which to be fair probably isn't far off actually. And I need to let them know back down to one pill again, because I haven't done that yet. But it does mean I've been able to stock up on some pills, which is handy for when I go away. Just sorting. It's satisfying to get this done really. But yeah, I've got next Sunday, I am working 10:30 to 7:30, but my free electricity is from 8 a.m. till midnight, so it means I can get some washing done in the morning, and I can also just do what I need to do in the evening as well. So this coming Sunday, I will redo my bed. I will get all this in the wash. It is handy. Like, if you know what you're doing, it is handy to get that free electricity. I think the main reason my usage went up was because I was off. But the next time I'm off, I actually won't be here, so I'll be able to turn off the app because I won't be worried about heating, and I'll be unplugging things. So that 2 weeks when I'm away is going to be lovely. I must admit though, might also be because I'm wearing a jumper, but my heating's not on at the moment, because I normally have it so that it goes off at 10, which is normally when I leave the house to go to work. And then if I'm staying, I just pop it up, like if I'm cold. But I'm quite a nice temperature at the moment. So even though it went off at 10, I mean, what time is it now? It's 1:30. I haven't had to turn it back on again because I'm actually quite warm. And also the sun's out. I mean, it's still fairly cold outside. I think we're still on a snow warning. But it might just be the angle of the sun just warming the flat up a little bit. I don't know. There are rumours, by the way, that the flat below was sold. I don't know if that's true. But there are rumours that it might have been from my neighbour. So, yeah. But the for sale sign is still outside. So, yeah. Basically, day is a clean day. And it's just my neighbour has been quite ill. Fortunately, she's cancer clear now, but she did have an injury where she went, I think I told you about this, basically she went to the shops with a friend of hers, and when she went to go back in the car, her friend thought she was back in the car, but she wasn't fully, and her leg got trapped under the car, so she ended up with a few bruises, so she's recovering from that. Yeah, she's got a present of TV for her bedroom from her kids, and she said it was the best present they ever got. She's loving it. Yeah, so I'll put my sewing kit in here. I'm seeing what longs in the beauty box. I just need to sort all this. Yeah, I need to stop talking and tidy. Look how much better that looks. Took a while to get there, but I just had to get rid of stuff or move stuff around. But yeah, right. Let's just. How have I managed to do that? I've literally just cleaned it. This made it worse. Oh my god. Oh, for goodness sake. No idea. Absolutely no idea. Alright, it doesn't matter. It's only a liner. It protects the actual drawer, so that's fine. But I just realised that this actually fits in here, so it just cleans a little bit more clutter off the desk. Not to say that this probably won't get more clutter at some point, but yeah. See what I mean about how I like this jumper with this dress? Ta-da! Oh, and I texted my dad about this. He was like, don't pick at it. We might be able to do sort something. But I have seen things about like getting putty and sanding it and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not picking at it. I just kind of do that. But there might be a way of sorting it out. My mum's fajitas really are top notch. Oh, she gets the corn chicken because she's not a fan of the texture of real chicken anymore, which, to be honest, I'm going off of. I still eat certain types of chicken, but anything where there's a possibility of like bone or cartilage, nope, bleh, no, cannot do it. But yeah, but I swear the corn, it holds on to the flavour more. It's so tasty. Anyway, I think I'm more than halfway through How I Met Your Father. So, what time is it now? It is 20 to 9. Yeah, I'm at work tomorrow, so I'll probably try to get into bed for about 10ish. I feel like I've just got like a ring of dryness around my top lip at the moment. So my lips are just so dry. I've seen things about like people saying, "Oh, I'm addicted to like lip balms and things," and it's just like, but if your skin so it feels really dry, it feels like the only option is to keep putting stuff on. So it doesn't end the cycle, isn't it? What episode am I on? We've had a visit from Barney. Oh, I've got, is that episode 13? My eyes settle. Yes, I'm on episode 13 of season 2, and I think there's 20. I think there's 20 in this season. So yeah, not far to go at all until I finished How I Met Your Father. Well, that's going to be sad. I'm going to miss Hilary Duff. I've already binge watched Younger. I could do it again. I like to find new things. So I'm not just constantly watching stuff that I've already watched. So yeah, I just want water now. I think I do just want water. I've been drinking tonic water at my parents' house. Well, I say drinking tonic water. I had 1 glass of tonic water and a cup of tea at the Rents house. So yeah, you won't believe how much better I feel having had a bit of a tidy today. I mean, I haven't hoovered the living room or the hallway. Oh, I did a small, like picking the big things off the floor in the hallway. But I mean, I could do a bit of I can still see a stray bit of Christmas tree because they don't hoover up very easily, those little bits. So yeah. Oh, I've still got a couple of bins to fill as well, actually. So yeah, I've got How I Met Your Father lined up. So yeah, I'll go fill the bins that haven't been filled because tomorrow's my bin day, so I've already put my bins out. And yeah. And then at some point, I will probably get my big suitcase down. Because I don't like I have a pet or anything to scare with it. So it doesn't really matter when I get my big suitcase down. I'd rather get it down sooner rather than later because I don't want to be doing it the day before we go. To be fair, I wouldn't be able to do it the day before we go because I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be working on that Saturday. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming along for Monday. As I said, it doesn't happen very often when I'm working to have a Monday off. But yeah, good fun. And I will see you on Thursday when I get my hair done. Bye. Good morning. I do like to open the curtains and just not completely open the blinds, but just have a bit of light, natural light coming through before I get in the shower. So yeah, get my hair done today. So my mum will be here any minute now, I assume. to come pick me up because she said 1:45 and it's like 48. So I'm just putting some socks on and drinking a cup of tea. Just had some peanut butter on toast for breakfast. Sometimes we get something to eat while we're out. Yes, because they've started work on a wall in our car park, as in like where we are allowed to park. There's been some spaces where people can't park anymore because it's right next to where they're getting something fixed. So all of the guest spaces are being used at the moment. So my mum will have to hover, I think, which is why I'm trying to get as ready as possible. So as soon as I get the message that she's here, I can literally just run downstairs. Do I want to take a proper book with me today? I think I might. I'll take Son of a Witch. Yep, Mother's here. I see her. So I gotta go. Bye.
Well, they all do this. Those are the best ones, yeah.
Do some studying on the weekend.
I am back. Went over for a cup of tea and a biscuit to the Rants and had some tuggles with the pussycat. Yeah, this is my hair now. Gone slightly darker. It's still got a little bit of like the lighter bits through it, just because, you know, I've had red, I've blonde, but yeah, and just cut it off a little bit so it's a little bit shorter. Very, very exciting, and I'm so happy with it. I am so happy with it, and the fringe is back in because I clock myself in the mirror. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm thinking to get some mushrooms out of the freezer because I put my fresh mushrooms in the freezer the other day. I'm thinking of mixing that with some noodles, and I've got like a spicy sauce that I can mix in with it. I might cook off some chicken to go with it as well, actually. But yeah, did actually do some shopping today, kind of accidentally. First thing is not something I bought today. It was just something that my mum had in her wardrobe that she thought I might like. It's basically like a cover-up style thing. It's this white shirt that could be nice for holiday to pop over like a swimming costume and things. And then I have been looking to replace my basic tops for a while, and Next had some really nice colours in. Oh, that's just my scarf. It's a snood. So yeah, they've all got sleeves and they're all high neck. And I've got them in blue, pink. It's kind of a bluey turquoisey colour, and black. And then I also at M&S got this blue top. Set you up so that you can see it. Always managed to get cat hair on it. This top, that'll look really nice with shorts. Yeah, got some new tops for holiday. Plus, I will say, I desperately needed to replace my basics because they've all V-necks and they're all very tired. So at this point, I'm going to look at them and figure out if they are worth donating or if they do just need to be thrown out. But yeah, I've got some nice colours. I don't normally go for pink tops very often, but I tried it on in the shop because I find certain shades of pink look wrong on me because I've got quite a lot of red undertone to my skin. That's why I don't wear red. I don't really wear red. It's not my colour. But this pink actually looked quite nice on me because I was wearing a black cami top under this. So all I had to do was take my jumper off. I had to try these on like I wasn't going into the changing rooms. I was literally just taking my jumper off in the shop and popping these over my cami. So yeah. But yeah, so I've got some little bits. I'm going to make some dinner. I'm at work tomorrow, and then I've off on Saturday, and I'm at the theatre in the evening. So we've all had our head, because it was me, my mum, my sister, and my niece got our hair done today. And my dad's hair is needing a trim, so I'm going to cut his hair on Saturday, I think. So, I watched 2 episodes of season 2 of The Crown last night. So I'm trying to work out if I want to continue on with that or if I want to just watch something funny. But I am enjoying The Crown. Oh, speaking of The Crown, today, you've probably figured it out from like all the date and time things on this video. Today is the day that Andrew, formerly known as Prince, was arrested on his birthday. Yes. There's been a lot of jokes about the fact that it's happened on his birthday. I'm sure it just was a coincidence. It just happened to fall on this day. But yeah, but it was my sister that announced it while we were at the hairdresser's. She was checking her phone while other people were getting their hair done. And she was like, oh, and she just fully announced it, like, Andrew has been arrested today. And then we started talking, joking about the sweating and the Pizza Express, and somebody who was up at the top where the wash basins are for the hair completely misheard it and was just there going, wait, was he arrested at Pizza Express? It was quite funny how she said it. We were just like, no, he wasn't arrested at Pizza Express. No, he's just been arrested. But at that point, we didn't realise it was his birthday as well. It wasn't until a bit later on, but yeah. So that's been a weird day. But yeah, I am hungry now. Because originally I wasn't sure if I was going to need to eat again, because me and my mum, as we were driving in, I got a message from my sister saying, oh, actually, can you come at 12? And we were driving in with the idea that our appointment was at 11 o'clock. But it's because she was doing my sister's hair and my niece's hair today, because it's half term for my niece this week. So she was like, yeah, can you just come in an hour later? We're like, that's absolutely fine. So we had a mooch and harrogate, did some shopping, and we had brunch at a cafe around the back of the Molten Brown. There's a wonderful little alley with lots of like cafes and restaurants on, where lovely Banyan used to be, but Banyan's not there anymore. But from the looks of things, a pizza shop is going into Banyan. So yeah, I might have to check out the pizza place at some point, because it's a proper like sit down restaurant. So yeah, maybe at some point we'll check out the pizza place when it's open. But yeah, there was a nice couple of cafes back there. So we went in and we had sourdough with avocado and mozzarella with rocket and balsamic. And it was so tasty. Meanwhile, I did also have sourdough with peanut butter on for breakfast. And so I was sourdough'd out, but I wasn't sure if I was going to need to eat again today. But I am actually getting hungry now. So I think I'm going to do my noodles with mushroom and chicken and things. So I'm going to go cook off some chicken. I'll probably watch some YouTube videos while I cook. But then, yeah, I think The Crown. The Crown. Or is that really unsuitable to watch The Crown today? I'm on season 2. Like, I'm on history. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm just cooking off some chicken. But Mum FaceTimed me to say, oh, your dad went into the flat today to have a look at that chip on your wardrobe. Let's have a look. And it was like, oh, I haven't even noticed it yet. So, doesn't that look so much miles better? Probably just needs a little bit of a sand over, but it won't catch anymore. And to be honest, because I've been at work, I haven't needed to go in and out of these wardrobes as much, because my uniforms are in here. So I've mainly been in there and down there, which is where my underwear is. So yeah, at some point I'll pop these away. Just watching the Dish podcast while I cook. So I've got some stuff in the oven. I'm just chopping up some veggies. I've got some things that I froze, which I'm going to defrost a little bit, and then throw that all together with some noodles. And any leftovers can just go in the fridge or the freezer, and then I'll eat it on another night, because when I'm at work, I generally try to eat there. And I feel like I've lost some weight doing that, because it means that if I'm having that early dinner and I'm not eating on an evening, apart from maybe a bit of dark chocolate, yeah, I feel like it's just changed my eating habits a little bit. And it also means that I'm not eating at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. But yeah, it's 6:20. So yeah, do this while I cook, and then I settle into The Crown. Well, that's a jump scare and a half. Good morning. It's like 10 to 10, and I'm just vegging out in bed. I woke up at about 9 to watch a couple of YouTube videos in bed. Texting my mum, because my mum texted me and said that she was going to cook a bolognese off so that I can go eat at theirs before I head to the theatre tonight. And also she wants me to cut my dad's hair, because my dad is very much like, all the hair is standing up. So I just cut my dad's hair today. I'm just trying to work out if I want to wash my hair today or if I want to wait till Sunday after work to wash it. The thing is though, if I wash it today, it means I can get through Sunday and Monday of work before Aquafit on Tuesday. But my hair was done on Thursday, which is why I'm wondering if I need to give it the extra day after dyeing it. So, anyway. Oh, Midsummer Night's Dream tonight's going to be fun. I'll either be in and watching it, which would be very cool. I have already seen the set. Last time I was there, I had a glimpse of the set, and it looked incredible. I will say that. It looks so good. And Midsummer Night's Dream isn't one that I know. A lot of people studied at school, but I didn't. My Shakespeare plays were Macbeth and Twelfth Night in high school. And then at both college and university, I looked at Romeo and Juliet. I just always found it funny. In college, it was Romeo and Juliet, comparing it with West Side Story, because obviously West Side Story was inspired by Romeo and Juliet. And then when I was at uni, it was comparing Romeo and Juliet to Pyramus and Thisbe, which Romeo and Juliet was inspired by Pyramus and Thisbe. So, yeah. Oh, just stretching. Ugh. Me identifying my hair. I think I might be able to get away with it for another day. This angle makes it look like my hair is just like non-existent. It is there, I promise. I didn't cut it all off. I just put it up here. Anyway, let's get up. But why is it just so easy to stay in bed? Yeah, we've been sorting out because we need to get our hair done before we go on holiday. So the week of, I have an extra day. I'm using a day's holiday the week before we go, technically, because our flight is on the Monday, but we're travelling down to London on the Sunday. So I'm using a holiday day on the Sunday, which means I still get 3 days off that week as well as the holiday day. So I think I've already gotten the Friday off. And then when we went to get our hair done and we booked in the next one, I was told it was going to be the Thursday. And then I had to text my mum this morning saying, actually, we're getting our hair done on the Tuesday. It's just like, okay. I'll put in the request off for both Tuesday and Thursday. So, yeah. One could be an Aquafit, but it'll be me, my mum, and my sister getting our hair done before we go on holiday. And plus, it means my fringe will be out of my face. To be fair, I might ask her to take it just a little bit shorter for the holiday, because when my hair is in the sun, it grows really quickly. Anyway, I've got some videos I need to make today because I have finished a few books. I've almost done 3 Sherlock Holmes books, actually. I don't know if I want to do that as 3 individual videos or just a one and then books 2 and 3 together, which might be slightly easier. And then I've also got the Tony Marcel books to talk about as well. So that'll just sort out a couple of series Sunday videos, which is what I'm lacking at the moment. Yeah. Anyway. You're waffling for 5 minutes, Debs, and you're still in bed. Get up.
I decided to wash it.
It is so weird because obviously we've grown it for such a long time, so it feels so short. It's not actually that short. Obviously, it's not shoulder length, but just getting used to it. Oh, I'm just going to put the oven on. Going to produce some sausages with some hash browns and some egg. Well, this needs to be overnighted, doesn't it? Let that heat up. Yeah, just getting used to this. I keep seeing the advert for the Amazon show 56 Days, and I've only just figured out that it's based on the book by Catherine Ryan Howard, which I have read. It's nothing in the promos have actually, that at least that I've seen, have not actually mentioned that it's based on a book. And it took me seeing one clip that didn't mention the book. It was just a clip of when he calls her NASA, when she's holding the NASA bag, and it's just like, wait, that happens in the book. And then I realised the connection between the titles, and it was just like, oh my god, it's the book. The book has been turned into a series. So we're going to have to watch it now, aren't we? And possibly do a comparison video. But from what I've heard about it, because I haven't because unfortunately I have seen some spoilers for it. They have changed the ending from the book. It's a different body in the shower. Yeah, because I know from the book who's supposed to be in the shower, but apparently they change it for the TV series about who's dead. So that'll be interesting to see how it leads up to that moment in the TV show. So yeah, I am on The Crown at the moment. I did episode 6 of season 2 last night, so I've got 4 episodes left of season 2 because I think they're all 10 episodes each. But I do want to at least get 2 videos out today. I say 2 videos out, just out of me. Keep getting distracted by my hair. It's just like, because this is basically the dye she matched to my natural hair colour. So yeah, but then also you've got everything else going on in there. So you've got the little bits of red that are still coming through, the lighter bits from where I went blonde, and I love it so much. I love it so much. Oh, my hairdresser is absolutely wonderful. Her name's Fab for a reason. Her name is Fabienne, and just like, she was just meant to cut hair, wasn't she? She was meant to cut and dye hair. Like, this was her calling. Anyway, breakfast, tea, videos. And I need to remember to put my uniform in a bag for when I go over to the Rents house. I'll probably head over about 2:30, 3ish, because that way there's time for me to cut my dad's hair and eat before I go. Because I think it's 6:15. I think the show starts at 7:15, so we're there for 6:15 for briefing, which means me leaving at about 20 past. Well, hang on a second, today's Saturday, isn't it? I'll probably have to give it a little bit longer, because a Saturday night is usually a bit busier driving in. So yeah, I'll have to give myself an hour. Yeah, so I'll head to the Rents for 3. Alright, I'm giving 56 days ago. I'm on the first episode. I'm about almost halfway through. I don't know how to say this. Basically, I kind of like how they're doing it. I have seen reviews saying this one is for the book fans, and it's just like, cool. Good to know. But I just can't believe how much surgery Dove Cameron has had. Like, and I know there's a lot of people in denial about how much work she's had done, but it was just like, if you look at her on Shameless and look at her now, she had at least 3 nose jobs. And yeah, the thing is though, she's an incredibly talented person. I really like her music. I mean, we were robbed of Our Chemical Part 2, like when I was hearing the things of her singing like songs on when she was touring for Our Chemical Part 1. And it was just like, oh, I can't wait for Our Chemical Part 2. And then she just scrapped it. And it's just like, no, I need those songs. I need somebody to leak those songs and pop them onto YouTube, please, so I can listen to them. And she was really good on Living Maddie. I think she's quite a good actress. But how much work she's done for how young she is, I just feel sorry for her. I think her mother has a lot to answer for. And I would not be surprised if at some point in the future we get a tell from Dove talking about how bad her mother was. Because I think she's one of those stage parents. Because it's fairly obvious that Dove Cameron had a nose job before she was on Living Maddie. So I don't know how old she was on Shameless, but when you look at the images of her on Shameless, her face is drastically different to how it was on Living Maddie. I just feel sorry for her. I feel so sorry for her as a young woman who feels the need to do that to her face. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about like people doing what they need to do to feel better, but there comes a point when it's just like, girl, you need therapy, and stop taking it out on the body parts you're insecure about and actually talk to somebody about what you're going through. Because the fact is, you know, when you see these people who have started surgery really early, and you see them now, and we look at them and we're just there going, why? And I think it's the industry that does it to them. I mean, at the moment, we've got the America's Next Top Model documentary out, which I haven't watched, but I've been seeing bits of. And people are saying that Tyra still isn't apologising. And I think, it has to do with an industry that has told women to feel and think certain ways. I mean, it was social media that made me insecure about my hip dips in 2020 because I didn't know what they were before, and so I didn't see them. It wasn't until I was told what they were and that I had them. It was just like, oh, this is something else for me to be insecure about. And it's just like, no, I'm not going to let the media tell me what to be insecure about. Like, I need to kind of retrain my brain. And I just feel so sorry for anybody who works in Hollywood, anybody who works in the acting industry who has been told that they're not good enough because they don't look a certain way. And I have a feeling that Dove Cameron has been a victim of that, and that is why she's done what she's done. I'm going to try and enjoy the series and look at the comparisons between the book, because I must admit, it started off quite strong, but I am just very, very aware of how much work Dove Cameron has had watching her acting again, which we have not seen her do in a while. Like interviews and like the images that she posts on social media, which she does doctor, by the way. There's been a lot of evidence that she, even though she's an incredibly slim woman, there is a lot of evidence of her manipulating her photos, and I feel sorry for her young fans who think that it's natural, because it's not. I'm just greatly concerned because I mean, my generation grew up with magazines. I remember the one magazine that stopped me reading magazines, and it was it a Heat magazine that was focusing on celebrities' knees. Their knees, and looking at faces in knees in a magazine, and that was the magazine that made me go, why the fuck am I reading this shit? Like, seriously, why? And so, yeah, I think there's some kind of bubble that happens when you grow up in that, and you're constantly told that your worth as an actor or performer or singer comes down to your weight and how you look. When I think there is so much evidence out there that that's not actually anything to do with it. I mean, when you look at the true longevity of some actors, especially like in Britain, when you can proper like call the midwife, you can see people who may have had minor work done, but ultimately they've allowed themselves to age. People like Emma Thompson, Meryl Streep, you know, these people who have aged gracefully. Not just saying that aging disgracefully is a problem. So, yeah. Interesting thought process happening, but yeah, I just feel so sorry for the industry, and I'm so glad that my mum wasn't with those stage ones, because I remember when I got Waterloo Road straight out of uni, so I was like 21 to begin with, because I didn't have a car yet. My mum would get up early and drive me to Rochdale from Leeds, and then she would go to work and come back and pick me up at 7 o'clock in the evening. So it was 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and she said that when she was in the waiting room, when she was waiting to pick me up, she'd hear all the other stage mums going, well, my daughter's done this, my son's done this, and she was just there going, oh my God, this is awful. This is really awful. I think stage parents have a lot to answer for, basically. And I think it's very obvious that Dove Cameron's mum is one of those. I think she even wrote a book. Yeah, I would be surprised if there's a tell-all about Dove Cameron's mother at some point in the future. Just saying. I was just thinking about the fact that I think the last time I saw Dove Cameron acting was probably Schmigadoon. Correct me if I'm wrong if she has done anything since then, but I think Schmigadoon was the last thing that I watched that she did, other than like music videos or anything. But in Schmigadoon, there was something about her look that worked within Schmigadoon. I think it was because it was like elevated musicals and stuff, so yeah, just something about her look worked in Schmigadoon. But when you're seeing her like as a raw human being, I don't even know how to describe it. She doesn't look like a person. I know that's a really horrible thing to say. She's made herself into a doll, and that is concerning. I just finished episode 1 of 56 Days. So, apart from the slight distractions about Dove Cameron, I actually thought it was a really strong first episode. I am wondering, though, because the book is set during COVID, which is how a lot of the events are allowed to happen, because they go into lockdown, which is why they end up moving in together. So I don't know if this is actually set during COVID anymore. Because obviously they've also set it in America as well, whereas the book was set in Ireland. A lot of Catherine Howard books are Ireland because I think she's Irish. I am wondering, I mean, I already know who is actually dead in the bathtub, and it is different from the books because in the book they get knocked out in the shower. I don't remember a bathtub in the book, but no, I'm liking so far what they've done. So, yeah. Wasn't expecting the sex scene though. They're just like, I know that like they'll get together, but I wasn't expecting it to look like that. But yeah, I just wasn't expecting the nudity. I'll just say that, especially from people who were on Nickelodeon and Disney. It's just remembering they're growing up, because obviously Avon was on Victorious, Nickelodeon. She was a Disney kid with doing Liv and Maddie and stuff. So anybody who says that Dove Cameron has not had facial surgery, she has. She's had at least 2 nose jobs. The amount of lip filler and stuff, like you can see the line in her lip. It's just like, if you're young and you're just saying, oh, she's just grown up, it was just like, that's not growing up. It's not. It's not just growing up. She has had surgery. She's never admitted to any of it, I don't think. She may have admitted to at least 1 nose job, I'm not sure. But other than that, she hasn't admitted to anything else. I think you can't deny the lip filler that she's had done, and the buccal fat removal, because she has not always had dimples. You can see from her childhood pictures. This is not me having a go at Dove Cameron. Plus, she doesn't even know who I am. I'm just saying that people have eyes, and they can see what she's had done, and so I don't understand why people can't just be honest about it and just say, yeah, I did this. It's when people lie about it that I get annoyed, because, you know, she had such a big Disney thing with being in the Descendants films. Because, I mean, there was a huge reaction to Ashley Tisdale getting a nose job during the High School Musical movies. For the final High School Musical movie, she'd had Ashley Tisdale. She did have a nose job, which she admits to. It was partly to fix a breathing problem. We all knew about it, and, you know, she was never in denial about it. But I do wonder how a young person like Dove Cameron was allowed to change her look so many times. Because if you look at her face in the first Descendants film and the third Descendants film, you can see how much work she'd had done over that time period. And I'm just there going, was nobody saying no to her? This is the thing about Hollywood. They've all got yes people around them saying, oh, that's such a good idea. And it's just like, no, you need somebody out there to say, no, maybe this isn't a good idea. Because yes people are just the worst, basically. I would not want, like, if I was famous, I would want someone to call me out and tell me, Debs, that's a fucking stupid idea that you just had there. Don't do that. Don't write that on social media. Probably calling me out for doing this. But yeah, there's sometimes you do need somebody around you to say, no. Get it out. You don't need to do that. Rather than people coming, oh my god, yes, such a wonderful idea, such a genius idea. It's like Kim Kardashian and Skims. The fact that there was nobody around her to say that calling Skims kimono was a stupid idea. Because I remember when all that came out, and she was just like, oh, we have to rebrand everything, and I'm just like, the fact that there was nobody who thought that maybe calling Skims kimono was a bad idea tells me that Kim Kardashian has yes people around her. The fact that nobody had a brain cell to say, maybe don't call it kimono. They had to wait until the huge backlash, and they had to completely rebrand everything. Like, they literally had to go back to take out the kimono label and put the Skims label in. That's a problem with just having yes people. You need the people who are actually going to genuinely call you out and say, sorry, Kim, that's a really fucking stupid idea, cultural appropriation and all that. And I think Dove Cameron is missing some no people in her life. Everybody needs a no person to say, you're being fucking stupid. Yeah. Alright, so I've had dinner. Cut my dad's hair. Not in that order, the other order. Had a bit of time with mum and dad. And now I have just gotten changed into my uniform. So I head off to the theatre. I think my book is at the bottom of this. Yeah, so I'll just got my other clothes. And I've got a bag I can pop them in the car. Oh, pop this in my pocket. Map. Theatre map, so I know. I just can't remember if the bombs were going to go out for this show. So I'll find out when we get there. And if I'm on, be inside or not. I think I bought this. But yeah, I bought some concealer and some lippy just to top everything up. So yeah. Theatre tonight. Theatre tonight. What is wrong with me? I'm fed. So I got to watch the show today. Midsummer Night's Dream in the winter. I was like, isn't this supposed to be a comedy? So it's like, yeah, it's been changed quite a lot. We had students in as well, so I wonder how they thought about it. But I will just say, I truly appreciate the chaos on stage that happened before my eyes. It was insane, and I absolutely loved it. And now I need to look up what the actual plot is, because I know they changed a lot. Also, in this version, people die. Yeah, I know nothing about Midsummer Night's Dream. So, yeah, that was dark and disturbing and chaotic and hilarious. And I loved it. Got home from the theatre. Yes, I stand by the statement. The show was pure chaos. I absolutely loved it. But my God, there was a right bell end driving behind me on my way home. It was kind of the village over from where I am, where he started driving up my bum at 30 miles an hour in a 30 zone, and he was really trying. It was obviously the person who wanted to get past me, but there was nowhere for them to pass me. And I'm not speeding up because some bell end behind me, possibly drunk on a Saturday night. Then as you go out of the 30, you go into a 50 and you go uphill. It was on this 50 bit that he decided, well, I say he, I shouldn't make assumptions really, but this person tried to overtake me. And it was only as they were halfway to overtaking me that they realised how stupid they were being at trying to overtake me on a hill on a blind corner. And then they went back in and backed off. It was just like, really? That was the moment that you realised how stupid you were being? I worry so much for people because people are so stupid. Let's not end this vlog on that note. So, my mother has sent me back with clothes because that's what my mother does apparently. She'd ordered some trousers for her, tried them on, and they said they weren't quite right and she needed to get them a different size. So she got me to try on the ones that she'd originally ordered. Fit me like a dream. It's basically just like some linen trouser type, and that would be really lovely for holiday in the evenings. So yeah, they're like high-waisted linen style with a drawstring, and they just fit so nice. But yeah, you've got these type ones. They're kind of like beigey ones. So they're not like white. They're like off-white. Because my mum actually texted me. It's called The Set. Size 14 for me. So yeah, I've got them in this colour and I've got them in black. The black ones are so nice. They're all kind of ones that I would definitely wear for the theatre in the summer. They're kind of similar to the trousers I'm wearing right now, but these ones were Matalan. Yeah, so it's these. This kind of thing is like, it doesn't matter that they're wrinkly. I think they'd be perfect travel trousers. But yeah, but because I've got a small waist, a drawstring is so handy. So yeah, I've got these ones and the black ones. And I think what my mum was saying is that she thinks these will look really nice with my new blue top that I got from Marks and Spencer's, which is kind of a bit boxy. So I'd need to see what it would look like. But actually, I think it would create quite a nice silhouette. So I think Mother is onto something. So I can't be bothered to try anything on today. But maybe in the next vlog, I'll show you what these look like. So I will pop these in here for now. I'll just leave the towels on. I have no effort at the moment, but yeah. I'm going to put some comfies on, and I'm trying to work out if I want to do the second episode of 56 Days. Is it 56 days or 58 days? I can't remember. The Dove Cameron Avanjogia one. Yeah. That's what I was wearing today. So jeans can last another day. I wasn't actually wearing the top for very long. Does it have cat hair all over it? It's fine. So yeah, this isn't right for washing yet. I'll just check all the pockets. I've got maps coming out my ears. All the maps for all the theatres. For all the auditoriums. With all the lip seal and tissues. As you do. So, yeah. Oh, but that was just a good fun night. Oh, and my delivery of more ox bile, because I just can't believe my mum doesn't have the same symptoms as me, considering that we are both gallbladderless, but we don't. Leave these out here for now. Turn this off. I'm not going to edit the rest of that video tonight, I can't be bothered. So yeah, I'm just going to watch something and wind down, because I feel very alive and awake right now, so I need to do something to calm myself down. I think a glass of milk. I think I've got some chocolate digestives in there, so I might have a chocolate digestive. Just sit down and just unwind properly. The fact that you can see my onesie hanging over my door, because at the moment It's really nice just to step into my onesie when I get home from work. But I must admit, it was 10 degrees tonight outside. It was like 10 or 11. We were in double digits, people. So yeah, it's been warm. I say warm loosely because there was a bit of a cold wind, but for double digits, yeah. So yeah, wind down, Debs. Breathe. Chillax. There was also the fact that I was really angry with the bellend who was trying to drive up my ass and trying to overtake me on a really stupid road. So yeah. Breathe. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming along with me this week. If you like my new hair, you have to let me know if you like it. Actually, don't tell me if you don't like it though. Well, actually, you can, but I'm just not going to do anything with that information. Yeah. So yeah, good night. Thank you for coming along this week, and I will see you on Wednesday for a regular video, but you'll see me Saturday. Yeah, because this is a Friday video, so you'll see me Saturday for a sketch. Yeah. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. That's a good thing to say to people, because a lot of my people who watch me aren't actually subscribed to me. So it's like, if you're going to watch me, why not just make it slightly easier for yourself?